Today in Cambodia, in Phnom Penh, Jeanette and I are in prison 21, the notorious genocidal museum. I'm going to show you in a minute what here is like. Former high school was used as the notorious security prison by the Khmer Rouge regime from its rise to power in 1975 to its fall in 1979. S21 was one of at least 150 such prisons in the country. The 5 buildings of this complex were converted in August 1975 into a prison and interrogation center. The buildings were enclosed in electrified barbed wire. The classrooms converted into tiny prison and torture chambers, and all the windows were covered with iron bars and barbed wire to prevent escape. The Vietnamese journalist that accompanied the troops when Vietnam invaded Cambodia was the first one to actually reveal this prison to the world. Here's some of the barbed wire. Wow. You know, having gone to Auschwitz in Poland to see what the Nazis did to the Jews and other minorities, in a way prepared me for this. But I'll tell you, coming to a place like this is simply, how should I describe it? Well, it's beyond sad. It's beyond sad. His face captures it all. And I've had enough viewing now. It's very, very depressing. But this, I know, does not make for pleasant viewing. But you know, there are two sides to the coin. We have been thoroughly enjoying the Far East. Cambodia has been very impressive. Phnom Penh, anyway, our first few hours here have been very, very good. But this is the other side of it that we must do our best not to forget. Because it happened with Nazi Germany when they slaughtered the Jewish and people and other minorities. It's happening in the Middle East. And it can happen in any country in the world. Things are going on even as we make this recording. Some overtly, some very subtly. But it can happen. So we have to be careful. We have to watch. We have to be mindful that the risks are there. And we need to make up our minds which side we're going to be on, good or evil. We cannot ride the fence. We cannot ride the fence. We've got to make up our minds. And I know that there's so many distractions with technology. You've got TikTok and so on, and some people, hopefully not all, are influenced by a lot of the misinformation that they hear and read about and see. But we need to think critically about different situations in our own individual countries and do what we can to influence people for good, not evil. So I'm hoping that with this medium, even if I influence one person to think about this and the risks and to see what they can do as individuals in a very small way, then I would be satisfied. Because it's not all about tourist attractions and having great food and so on. This is the reality. This happened not that long ago. 1975 to 1979, almost 3 million people were slaughtered or starved to death by Pol Pot. Terrible. Let's not forget, okay? Arrive at the genocidal center of the killing fields. There is a place where a truck transporting victims to be exterminated from prison S21 and other places in the country stopped. The truck would arrive 2-3 times a month. Each truck held 20 to 30 frightened, blindfolded, and silent prisoners. When the truck arrived, the victims were led directly to be executed at the pits. Of the pits, what those brutes did was use DDT and spray on the bodies to kill off those that may have been still alive. There's a mass grave of 450 people right here. The grave had 166 victims without heads.